Anyone see that reality show, The Traitors?
You're correct. My logic was sound.
I'm not going to assume you all seen it. If you haven't seen it, The Traitors is basically a murder mystery reality game show where the murderers are called the traitors. Good people are called faithful. And it's your job throughout the show to figure out who is who. And it's hosted by a very lovely gentleman named Alan Cumming. So when they asked me, I was like, okay.
I like games. I like mystery. I love coming. You too? Hell yeah.
But what I didn't realize is that most of the show involved them locking me in a Scottish castle
with 20 of the craziest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. It was like Arkham Asylum in there. Supervillains everywhere. Talking about nothing but clay faces, and two faces. That was just the Real Housewives. Fuck them! They are a gang and they deserve to be on a government watch list. They are worse than the Bloods and Crips combined.
But they just filled this castle with them, and I had to be in there with them, talking with them and learning about them. And just for all these housewives, we're talking about hundreds of Birkin bags, cosmetic surgeries between them. Yet not a single job amongst them. I'm talking nary a passion. There were people from Survivor there, that's scary.
That island changes you.
Met this lady, so strong, so buff, so fierce, named Natalie. And soon I met her, she was like, you might see me on Survivor. The whole time I was there, I only ate a tablespoon of rice every day, and I only pooped 3 times. Nice to meet you too.
I think you need to work on your people skills. Cause now I just think you're a traitor. I mean, I don't trust nobody that ain't regular. That's just how I was raised. You not regular, you full of shit. They locked me in a castle with Michael Rapaport. Thank you. That is cruel and unusual punishment.
We all know that man for some reason. He's been famous for a very long time. See him in some movie or some show, and in every show and every movie he plays the same character. He's just always in your face, just like well, guess what? He can't act.
That's him. 24/7. Just yelling at you all day about the Knicks in Israel. I swear to God, that's what he did. And I'm like, Okay, I get it, Michael.
They're both storied franchises that could use new ownership.
So needless to say, I did not care for most of my coworkers.
But I'm very competitive. So I was like, okay, I'm faithful. I'm gonna try to catch me some traitors. I'm gonna keep my ears open, keep my eyes open. I'm gonna catch me a traitor. And I heard this lady. She seemed nice. She seemed sweet. She's beautiful, big booty black lady. Named after a car, which is always a sign of class. And she seemed nice, but I thought she was a traitor because she kept saying things like,
I'm a traitor. Ooh, I like murdering.
And I was like, okay, all right, this seems suspicious.
I should bring this up to the group.
And so I did. I was like, I think Ford Focus is a traitor. And they're like, that's good evidence, Rob. We think she a traitor too. Let's vote her out. But it turned out she wasn't a traitor. She was just dumb as fuck. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that she was like so dumb that later the internet was like, you didn't know that she was that dumb? I was like, this is a known entity? And so then everybody really liked her, and so she was super popular, and then they were like, we don't like you no more, we don't want to play with you. And then eventually they banished me, kicked me out, and I had to go home and wait, you know? You imagine that? I had to wait. Taping was like 6 months until you guys saw it. And I had to live with that knowledge of being like, oh, people think Michael Rapaport eats like a human being.
They don't know he's like the alien in Men in Black that wants sugar water. And I can't tell nobody.
And I was worried. I thought the internet would be mean to me because I had voted out the beautiful big booty black girl. Because then they were going to be like, oh,
Ron hates beautiful big booty black girl.
And I was like, that could not be further from the truth. And I knew I had yelled at the older white ladies, and they're gonna be like,
Ron hates old white ladies.
And I'm gonna be like,
Really can't fight you on that one. That is one of my natural enemies. White ladies that look like Ronald Reagan.
And when the show came out, I did get a lot of feedback. And people were saying mean things, but there were things I never thought I would hear. It was, as soon as I got online, they were like, oh, we love Portia. We hate this gay, fat, black, autistic nigga.
And I was like, that's just the internet. I've been on the internet before.
You gotta try harder to hurt my feelings, internet. But then the next week, the next episode came out, I started getting different messages. And it was more like, Oh, as an autistic adult myself, it is sure beautiful to see representation.
Wait, what? What are you saying to me?
And I kept getting messages like that over and over and over, to the point where I was like, shit, I gotta go get tested. And it turns out the internet was right.
Which is the moral of this story. Always believe what the internet says about you.
That was a wild experience. You know, I grew up in the south side of Chicago. I ended up, oh, thank you, some transplants. All right. Never in my life thought I'd end up in a castle in the Scottish Highlands, making enemies of housewives, that my best friend would be some just Alabama beefcake. Just never wearing a shirt ever. Just like a sexy, funny Bert Kreischer. Man, I didn't think me and that guy would be friends at all. Which just told you just how terrible of a time I had. How mean the other people were. That this guy from Alabama was like, come on, y'all leave this fat, gay, black, autistic nigga alone. Don't vote him out. He just trying to play the game with us.